Welcome back to Magic Gathering Strat. Today we are playing Mono Black Control. We are playing the Brazilian Mono Black Control deck provided to me by VCT from mtgsalvation. This is a deck that has won several tournaments in a small town close to Rio de Janeiro. And it might be the Mono Black Control list we have been looking for. We're playing against Diabolic Penguin. We hope it's not a quitter. We got an awesome start here, and for a second turn, Augur of Skulls. And can it be the mirror? Or are we up against something else? Can you even say up against in English? I'm not sure. It sounds very Swedish. We are facing off against something with foil swarms, and we just have ordinary M10 swarms. It looks like Mono Black Control. No, it's the Unearth deck. Oh, he will love to discard stuff. And actually I think this is one of the decks that VCT had not seen. Yeah, no. Oh, he didn't provide a sideboard plan for this. This is the other Mono Black Control deck, the Suicide Black Graveyard stuff deck. So I might have to construct my own sideboard here, but I am gonna make him discard anyway. I am, however, gonna side out the Augurs. That was a pretty good discard, I think. Dregscape Zombies. I am gonna rage here. He doesn't have any removal, so Crypt Rats should hit him pretty hard. As will Corrupt. I'm gonna discard a Crypt Rat here. And I'm gonna take the damage from the zombie. Let him live for a while. Let's see if he plays another for blocking. I'm happy to trade damage for damage here, as I do have the Corrupt and the Crypt Rats. But I'm definitely gonna try to reach 6 mana here. That means the Crypt Rats is not super necessary to play now. I'm cycling this, hoping to find more creatures, and there we go. Augur of Skulls, probably sideboard him out against this deck. He should have Stinkweed Imps and stuff. Wants to go in the graveyard. Victim Knight takes care of Augur. Still just taking damage here, trying to get to 6 mana for the Corrupt before we allow him to get rid of any of our cards. Oh, okay, that might be harder than expected. And now we need to discard this swamp to the Cry of Contrition to preserve our Corrupt. Because you really need to play the Corrupt. Though it is very likely he will discard it. But right now we are beating down, and he doesn't have anything threatening. He has one 2/1 guy in the graveyard. We do need to keep tabs on his graveyard. I've never played this matchup. Ooh. And there we lost it. So all that work to preserve the Corrupt, but as I said, very unlikely to keep it in hand. He's beating us down. 3 points now. Though Well, he will unearth this thing and it will take our card, so it's better to cast it. And keep beating down. He's down to 1 card and there's nothing useful in his graveyard. Now he can discard a card for us anytime it's his turn, so we should not have any cards in hand. And there's Stinkweed Imp. He is a problem. That stops our attacks. And we are at a standstill. That's another reason for emptying one's hand in this matchup. Nihil Spellbomb should come in. There is the final corrupt land. I'm gonna trade Rager for Chittering Rat and let him beat down with the 1 point to damage Stinkweed Imp. I don't feel bad about that. Because him getting Stinkweed recursion going will fill up his graveyard with unearthed dudes, and then I'm just toast. Yeah. Fume Splitter will of course save his Chittering Rat here, which is a shame. But he didn't use it. Why not? What does he hope to accomplish with his Fume Splitter? Not sure. And he lost his ability to take my card. I would have kept the Rotting Rats in the graveyard. But he wanted to push it. And he did. He is verdicting me and I am dying. Most of those these kind of decks don't play any creature removal. But some of them do. Or at least maybe they play some. Here Phyrexian Rager seems like a pretty good creature. What do we want here? I think we just want the second Rager, right? It's just like cycling, but you get a 1 damage and a 2/2 creature. Now we can put some pressure on him. Which will just result in him getting Stinkweed Imp online. But we're at a standstill. Augur of Skulls, utterly useless. I think we are correct just to wait here. We don't want him to get Stinkweed Imp going. So we'll just stabilize with Tendrils and Corrupts, and then win by our superior control ability. At least that's the plan. What kind of damage can he do instantly? He can do just verdicts, so we can go down to like 2 safely. There's my Tendrils. Crypt Rats looks pretty good. Do I do Crypt Rats? Yeah, I think I do. Then I'm gonna Crypt Rat sometimes on his turn. Fume Spit will make me lose a Rager. Yeah, I didn't think about that. That's pretty stupid. So at least I'm gonna Crypt Rats now. First regenerate. And then Crypt Rats. Okay, yeah. That means I can only put the Cry of Contrition on the Stinkweed Imp. Or on my guys. But it sucked losing the Tendrils there. I should have just cast it. And it goes on my guys. That's interesting. Will he try to go for it? I have a 3-turn clock on him. He has a 5-turn clock on me. So I think I'm pretty safe, but I need to draw something useful. That's interesting. And I'm gonna play it. As his ability to hurt me is so limited. He has no unearthed creatures in his graveyard. The verdict here is not very useful, but if I do it next turn, he will be quite delayed. Maybe I'm giving that imp way too much respect. But I can't really attack into the imp. Dregscape Zombie does very little. Okay, I'm using the verdict. And he's gonna sacrifice... No, he didn't sacrifice the Stinkweed Imp. That's interesting. And now I must remember the unearthed creature in his graveyard. So I need to draw Tendrils or... Crypt Rats for the draw, right? That's something I can do. Can I do something more constructive? I think I'm in real danger here. Can I win this? I think it's Crypt Rats. Now I have the draw. But he might screw this up. No, he can't. He has the kill on me even if I block. Or does he? Yeah, because I can't do 6 points. So it has to be a draw. Yep. Okay, so after sideboarding I should be better off. I'm bringing in the Spellbomb, I'm bringing in the Lifestaffs, I am bringing in the Witches, I'm taking out Augur of Skulls, and maybe the Verdicts, because they will get rid of Stinkweed Imps very often, and that's not what we want to do. I like this sideboard. I think Lifestaff will be critical, even if I am a bit too much in favor of Lifestaff because I'm so used to playing blue-black Trinket control. I think this is an awesome hand against a deck like this. What about Bojuka Bog? I won't be able to reuse it And I won't be able to get Barren Moor on hand. I have to play. I can go as real swamps for a while and make my decisions later. Saving Bojuka Bog is pretty self-explanatory, but do I cycle the Barren Moor? Yes, I think I do. I think this is a turn I cycle it. Wonder if it... Oh, yeah, of course he has to play, but... Yeah, Carrion Feeder. Cycle. I hope he doesn't have another play. No, he doesn't. So... Verdict will probably get the Fume Spitter then. I'm casting Verdict now. Could wait his turn, but I don't see the point. And it's probably Fume Spitter dying. Yes. Now he could do Mesmeric Imp shenanigans. But he's cycling. That's a tempo loss if I ever saw one. I think he needs to be the attack deck in this matchup. I am clearly the control deck. And here I can just... Oh, double Carrion Feeder. That's not very useful, is it? I can just chitter here for great effect. Of course, hitting something with Tendrils will be hard with double Carrion Feeder out. Of course, Chittering Rats is blocking here. And if I can get him down to one Carrion Feeder, then Tendrils will do good. Must remember his Dragger in the sideboard. There's Stinkweed Imp. And that's a Stinkweed Imp that's going to die. So I'm gonna block here, and he didn't attack. So another Chittering Rat. Getting Stinkweed Imp in the graveyard would be awesome. So I think I'm gonna attack here and see if it does block. So I can get it in the graveyard. I can then Bojuka Bog. Get rid of two of them. Two of the Unearth guys. Including the worst one. Stinkweed Imp. That's just a 1-for-1, but it felt so good. It's like a 1-for-1 and 4 or something. This is a 2-for-1. That felt great. There's another Stinkweed Imp. We do not approve of that. Now we're back in Troubleland. But this time we won't attack because we don't want that Stinkweed Imp to grow. We rather look for more control-ish stuff on our own side. Getting rid of one of these guys is pretty awesome, because then we can get the other one with Tendrils. Unless he plays like 2 creatures next turn. Chittering Rats is bad for us, but not super bad. We can still kill the Carrion Feeder that should really now be attacking. Do we do this to get rid of... No, we don't. We take it. And then we kill Mr. Carrion Feeder so hard. He did sacrifice the... No, he didn't. I thought he would want to get his Stinkweed Imp into the graveyard. Maybe my attack there was absolutely unnecessary. I was just so happy to get one in before Stink Within blocked everything. But he's doing the attack, so I'm gonna have to stay back. And there's Fume Spitter to ensure that my staying back will fail. Luckily I draw another Chittering Rat. Cycling puts a 3/3 in the graveyard, of course, which is good for him. Block. No, I will attack. So 10-15, and he's gonna do 1 point a turn, basically. Oh, he also has the Dragger. I'm just gonna take that, so I'll be down to 6 or maybe 5. He's gonna use the Fume Spitter. He should use the Fume Spitter, but he didn't. So his graveyard is once again peaceful. And he has a 6-turn clock on me. And I'm just gonna corrupt him to the face. And hit him for 2. Cut him at 6. Can now keep hitting me for 2 if he wants to, but I think we have reached stagnation. No, we haven't. He draws the creature he needs to keep getting aggressive. Though apparently not with the Stinkweed Imp. So we have 12-6 and we are at a standstill where he hits us for 1 turn. Except that I now draw Unearth. I just have crap in my graveyard, just Chittering Rats. And that's probably not good enough in this spot, so I will cycle it. And find myself a swamp, which I will cast. And this swamp is far from useless, as it will be the thing that gives me extra life once I find the cards I'm looking for. But now, this turn I will take no damage, but next turn I will start taking 3 a turn. Except that he doesn't know how to use Fume Spitter. So once again here, trying to... I know that with Chittering Rats I will get a blocker and stabilize. And this time I think I have to go for that. On the other hand, if I cycle, I will surely find something sooner or later. And it's just 2 points a turn, so I have 6 turns to find something. And that's a lot better than a Chittering Rat at this point. So I'm glad I did, being a result-oriented idiot. And there's Undying Evil, and that will be useful. And now I'm basically only digging for the corrupt. Or trying to get an overwhelming board presence. But I don't want him to get Stinkweed Imp active. And every turn I'm getting closer to corrupting him out. That's interesting. I don't want to draw Undying Evil again, so I'm gonna cast it now. And I still think he won't use Fume Spitter correctly, so he will just get to the 2-turn clock again. But I need to draw something other than land. I do have a lot of land in the deck. And I keep drawing them. Tendrils on Chittering Rats would be fun now for 10 lives. maybe this time he will use his Fume Spitter to win the fight, but he seems to think that Fume Spitter is just a card that should sit around and do nothing. And that is what he does. The Spectre is a problem. We actually have a win here with Crypt Rats. Verdict. I will use that in his face to give him one less turn of stinkweeding, but we have to use it to reduce the speed of his clock. Now we absolutely have to use it. But he has outdrawn us, drawing 6 lands compared to our 11. We are pretty much dead here. And he still doesn't want to Stinkweed Imp in his graveyard. And it's amazing how many misplays he's doing, and I'm still losing. So I don't feel very lucky today. And this is why Undying Evil is not a good card some of the time. It's a horrible late game top deck. And it probably cost me the game now. Yeah, I am dead next turn. So a Crypt Rat will still give me another draw. Yeah, that's the situation. This is just the first duel because this is still 0-0 because I got the draw. And now I can't get the draw. Destroy target non-black creature. So yep, that's why you should have a sideboard plan. Because what the fuck is that card still doing in the deck? That's why I love to have a prepared sideboard plan, because I miss stuff like that. And as you often say, I don't have one for these matchups. And I guess it is Verdict going back in then. So the sideboard is -4 Augur, -2 Befoul, +2 Lifestaff, +1 Spellbomb, and +1, what else is from the sideboard? +3 Cuombajj Witches. I think Cuombajj Witches would have been great there. So we're off to the last, no, not to the last game I hope. We're off to get the win here. This is not the best hand, but it's a lot of land and a corrupt and something that happens early, so I'm gonna keep it. I'm signing for whatever as long as I get cards. Oh, Bojuka Bog and double corrupt. Now I'm happy. Though I still don't have a way to kill anyone. So we are... Ooh, that's beautiful! Well, Dregscape Zombie doesn't look very good now, does it? And I even have the Unearth to get it back. Well, Dregscape Zombie, what are you gonna do? That thing feels bad for us, and it is. So now we have end of his turn kill on Dregscape Zombie. And that means we got to let Chittering Rats go and just hit us. Or we could just block. Well, that works. If you had done it before combat, you would have scored 3 points of damage instead. So what do I get rid of here? That's not a real easy question, but I think I need the witches again. And that makes it a swamp. I can't get rid of Bojuka Bog. Rager. Hoping to draw land now so I don't have to play Bojuka Bog empty. But I will. And there is my swamp. And there is my witches. And now discarding will be really bad for me. It is also highly likely to happen. But first, a cycle. Ooh, Duress. This is still pretty good. And I think I'll just trade here, right? Yeah. And I still just played it. Okay, so kill that thing. And then we're gonna play the Bojuka Bog. Maybe haven't played against Cuombajj Witches before. He's targeting his own guys. Didn't he see my Bojuka Bog? I thought he did. And now they're all gone. So I want to cast the Corrupt now, but I will have to play the Rager. I will still get a card to protect against this card. And hitting him for 5 isn't that fantastic. But now at least I have the Swarm to protect Corrupt from this card. And he totally conceded, which was interesting. Maybe it was because his play mistake there. That he didn't know how to cast, how to play the against the Cuombajj Witches. So we won, but it wasn't very satisfying. And this is why I need more sparring partners. So please send me a message on YouTube, tell me your Magic Online name, tell me what Pauper decks you have for Classic Pauper, and I will add you to the buddy list for this account, for Magic Gathering Strat, and you will be on the buddy list, so I can look for you when I need a sparring partner for a match. I see now Pockets Inside Out is online, and I might just hook him up. I might just look for him for the next match. Thank you for watching Magic Gathering Strat. Playing Mono Black Control versus Unearth. Mono Black attack Unearth.